Hello, America, and hello, world. Good morning, Pilipinas. Welcome to our The Teacher Voice. This is just an hour show that aims to give teachers the opportunity to talk on air about their unforgettable journey, thrilling adventures, share their splendid wisdom, to inspire and give hope to our listeners and viewers. This show airs by the Philippine Las Vegas radio station, located in the heart of Las Vegas, every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And in the Philippines, it's Sunday, 10 in the morning. I am Teacher Judy, your host, and my co-host for tonight is Teacher Pacito Ross from New York City.
Hello.
Tonight, we have a very special guest from Iloilo City. Her story will inspire our dear teachers, students, and to all of our listeners. But before we will proceed our program, Tita Pasit, maybe we will greet our teachers
Yeah.
all over the world. It's your turn, Tita.
All right. So, greetings to every teacher in the world, in all the 7 or 6 continents. Walang school sa Antarctica, I think. And okay, we commend you for the good and dedicated service that you give to our students, to the children of the world. And we are praying that they will become what we pray they will be. Salamat sa inyo mga
True.
teachers and good luck.
Yes, and Tita, sa February 14,
Yep,
Valentine's Day na.
right. But we will be working.
Yeah, but there is actually. Oh, by the way, I want the to greet the teachers Happy Valentine's on February
All right, okay.
14.
I
Yes,
second the
Tita.
motion.
And then those who are single, teachers, come out and enjoy that day. Maybe you will have a date, okay, with somebody. It's good to have a date, like a real love date. So come out and enjoy that day. And I would like to greet every one of you, the parents, teachers, and even our families back home in the Philippines. Good evening and good morning there. We are going to be inspired of the story of our guest right now. Tita,
Right.
can you introduce her? I cannot wait, not Tita.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I read the bio note of this lady we're interviewing tonight, and it's really impressive, and you will find out
Yes.
why. Okay. I think this is her mantra, It is in courage we find strength. It is in strength we find wisdom. It is in wisdom we find beauty, and in beauty we find grace, or gracia in Spanish. Now, this lady graduated from West Visayas State University with a degree in Bachelor in Elementary Education in 1992, a Master of Science in Home Economics from the Iloilo SAT in 2005, and attained her doctor's degree, in 2009 from the same institution. Some of her achievements and recognitions are Best in Dissertation in 2009, Region 6 SHGP Best Program Implementer for Cradle and Roll, which I'm going to ask about later, in 2019, and an outstanding school head for the division and the city of Iloilo in 2006 and 2016. She started her teaching career as a college instructor at Colegio de San Jose and the West Visayas State University. She joined the Department of Education as a public school teacher from 1995 to 2003. And since then she has served as a school administrator now for about 2 decades. Very impressive. Judy, your turn.
Yes. And she is commended as a radio personality. Her passion to serve the Filipino children was materialized as she became a segment anchor of Batang RMN from 2011 up to present. Inspires everyone with her speaking skills as a phenomenal motivational speaker. She's also an advocate of self-sufficiency and acknowledged as pro-life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce to you today. Our guest speaker is Dr. Gracia Divinagracia Malazarte, Principal 3 of Harrow 1 Elementary School, Division of Iloilo City, Region 6, Western Visayas, Philippines. Mga taga Iloilo, this is your pride. We want to hear this from her right now. And I I cannot wait. Ladies and gentlemen, ma'am, Dr. Gracia, it's your turn to greet our teachers there in Iloilo.
Welcome to
Hello,
the
good
show.
evening, America.
Oh,
Good
yes.
morning, Philippines. Good morning, Iloilo, and good morning, Western Visayas. Sa tanan-tanan nga mga maistra sa bilog ng kalibutan, kagdiriman sa
True.
amon nga mga dutang natawhan. Again, I am so privileged and honored to be invited in this program. And God bless me and guide me on how to inspire each and every one of you of witnessing the goodness of God in my life. Again, sa inyong nga tanan, I am happy to share with you my life as a teacher and as a school head.
Yes.
Wow.
Isn't this wonderful? But what I am very, very struck on this when I read, and I knew this from a source, that she is also an anchor woman of RMM, and she is advocating that that program for the students, for mga bata. And later we will talk about this. Dr. Gracia Divinagracia Malazarte,
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you tell us first about what motivated you to become a teacher na pwede ka rin maka-anchor dyan sa RMN as
radyo.
full-time?
Right.
But why you stay as a teacher? A teacher's job is not a joke.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so aside from the mantra that Tita Pacet has just shared with you,
Mhm.
I also believe that in working, I do not do it out of passion. I do it out of purpose. Because at a very young age, I was able to realize my purpose in life. Because if I am going to do things only out of my passion, it is just like emotion. It fades away and I cannot handle it, right? But if you know your purpose and giving meaning not only to yourself, but also to others, it is more than what money can give. It is more than what position and honor can give. It gives you inner joy that keeps you going despite all the challenges, all the pains, all the problems and gaps that you need to be of help to others. So that is very important for me, ma'am. That's why, in spite and despite of everything, I am here, no? With all these challenges that we are facing right now, keep going, keep doing things that you believe could make meaning to yourself and also to others.
Ha, Tita
yeah.
Pasit,
Yeah.
this is between passion and purpose. And
Yeah.
she described what is passion and purpose right now. So it is, do you think, Mama Gracia, do you think that purpose must come first before passion in your experience?
Yes, I do believe it should come first because if you are a rational person, you think things over out of will, not of the emotion. Because most of the time, if we linger and we hold on to our emotions, we make the wrong decision. But if we
I
hold
love
on
this.
and we think, we
God.
use our rational thinking, it is actually based, no, anchored on reasons. It is anchored on truth. So no matter what will happen, no matter what is happening around you, you can focus on what you are doing.
Wow.
Kahit ho,
I love
lumuluha na po
it.
kayo, still
Ah.
you do things for that purpose. Yes. Madrama po ang buhay ko.
O tita, ikaw na naman.
Yeah, you know what? I noted in your bio note, that you began as a college instructor, but you decided to join the public school um, sector, and then you became a public school teacher. So, can you tell us how was it like? How would you compare your experience in college as a college instructor and your experience as a public school teacher? Anong level pala ang tinuruan mo in the public school system?
Okay, unang-una po, when I was actually, hindi pa po ako nag-graduate. I was about to graduate when Colegio de San Jose hired me as a college instructor. For me, as a young person looking immediately for a job, you know that upon graduation, you know, you have to look for a job. I grabbed the opportunity because it is an offer given to me. So life was so different, but when I taught in the college department, it seems that I am just dealing with my colleagues, with my with teenagers like me, teenager pa rin. And then the challenges are very much different because there are mature people looking for establishing themselves, that after graduation they need to graduate and to have a job. While in the elementary grade levels, with the Department of Education, I really realized that these kids really needs good teachers, not just good, but the best ones. Because teachers in the early years of life are the one creating the world among the children. The kind of world that we want them to be, the kind of person that an educator by heart wants them to be, and also the kind of children that we also want to have in our society. So that's why, despite the challenges and the hardship in the elementary levels, I opt and I embrace the challenge of being an elementary grade teacher. Yes.
So I'm guessing that you, of course, had some satisfaction being a college instructor and as a public school teacher. However, which do you think is most satisfying to you? Which gave you more fulfillment and satisfaction as an educator?
It is more rewarding, I think, when you teach in the elementary years. Yes, a lot of sacrifices, sacrifice, sacred work. But you know that the outcome of it later in the life of the child who will become a part of our society is lasting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about when I really decided to stay as an elementary grade teacher. Tita Paset.
Yeah, you being and the other teachers in basic education, you are planting that seed that's going to grow tremendously. It will be, your contribution to the molding, to the growth of this individual who someday might become, a mayor, a counselor, a teacher, another teacher, or somebody that will contribute to the betterment of the society. Yes, that's very,
Yes.
very nice. Very nice.
Thank you, Tita Paset.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. As an educator, ano ngayon ang challenges mo? How do you see your division? Sa division mo na lang muna, not the entire Philippine education system. What do you think are the challenges now? Kasi I am sure you want to deliver something, but I don't think you are able to deliver it now because of some challenges that you're facing. What do you think are those, and how do you think can we try to make better
Implement.
those challenges?
Yes. So before I answer your question, I would like to thank our division superintendent, the person of Dr. Maria Luz de los Reyes, and of course our assistant schools division superintendent, and the person of Sir Danny Clark Ogil, for allowing me to be with you this evening and this
Mr.
morning.
Ogil, good evening. Good morning there.
Yes.
Thank
Good
you sa
morning,
inyong
sir.
lahat,
Good morning,
mga,
ma'am.
Good
And the rest
morning
of
there,
people in the
ma'am.
Division of
Miss
Iloilo City.
Reyes, right?
Yes.
You're the regional office director
De
now.
Los Reyes,
De
ma'am.
Los
De Los
Reyes.
Reyes. Ma'am
Right.
Luz De Los Reyes. Maria Luz
Thank
De
you.
Los Reyes.
Okay.
Okay, so actually we have really a lot of challenges right now, especially that we are using the distant learning, using modular
Yes.
print. Most of us, most of our schools in the division of Iloilo City is using a modular print.
Mhm.
One
Yeah.
of the challenges of teachers is there is a shifting of paradigm, no? Paradigm shifting on the preparation of the learning materials that they have, the manner of their connection and relation with learners.
Children.
So two of those things are very
Correct.
important, no? How they gonna, it is easy to connect with children, but it is so difficult to relate with them using a medium, using the internet or the cell phone, and how they're gonna be more effective and influential in the lives of our learners. So that is one of the most biggest, no, challenges among our teachers right now. And on my part as a school head, the kind of monitoring, the kind of supervision that I am now extending is more intense, because you have to do it individually among teachers, as they call the parents. And most of the time, if there is a change if there is a change in community quarantine status, we have to suspend, no, connections with learners and learning partners at this time, with another kind of restrictions, which is alert level. So we are now in the alert level 3. Learners cannot go out from their homes,
Right.
and teachers has to stay in school into the printing of modules, learning the preparation of learning materials, and also on the manner of checking or the kumustahan, no, the kumustahan activities of teachers. I think it's so difficult on their part, especially in the morning, because parents are working, children are left inside the home. So the only thing that they have the opportunity to talk with parents and learners is at night, no, after parents came home for rest, no, after work. So these are some of the challenges, one of the challenges rather, that is now confronting us. And of course, we cannot validate truly if learners have really learned their competencies. That's it, because of that situation we are now facing, Tita Pacet.
Yeah. Right.
So,
Doctor,
yes.
you think if the internet is available, the connectivity of this internet is available in the Philippines for the students, do you think this will improve?
Partly it might. Why? Because our learners, especially in the elementary years, still needs the guidance of their parents or our learning partners. So if parents are working, how can they be guided at home? And if they have the availability of the internet, how sure are we that learners are focused on learning their lessons? Or it might be that they have also the opportunity to open other websites, no, for other reasons, for the games and everything and all of that. So since this is a new thing for us, we have just 2 years, no, almost 2 years of having this situation right now. We're still in the adjustment years. And I do believe we are just very, very hopeful that things will really improve as the year goes by, because this is a new thing for each and every one of us, even abroad, right? No?
Yeah, the whole world.
Yeah,
Yes.
pero Tita Pacet, I want to share this to you, Doc. Here in America, like me here, and even you, Tita, you have your apo, aposmo.
Yeah.
And I experience it. I see how they study. And then using the laptop in there that actually the school, the DepEd is providing them. The DepEd is providing them one each one of them. So
Yeah.
we have, I see that in my apos, two of them, twins, now they studied and they learned through the LMS of the Department of Ed. And
Education.
then with the teachers in there guiding them and the parents also guiding them. Pero my daughter is at work man. Pero nandyan ang mga bata sa house, pero they are doing their work. They are grade 4. They are doing their work. So I don't know kung if the Department of Ed, kung pareho lang siguro sa
Sa
Amerika na
Philippines.
may computer man, may internet, yun, oo. Baka hindi man sila they will not, we will not encounter that much. No, kay kahit ganito lang na way, they can learn with the Department of Ed LMS.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Actually, we are happy that our government right now, especially Iloilo City, is providing teachers with the laptop. Only the teachers. And I think we are not preparing for the provision of gadgets for our learners, because partly some of our schools in the division of Iloilo City were able to acquire already some of the gadgets for the kids, but we
Good.
only have few just for a class. But the problem is the kind of connections that learners will have at home. When you say about the learning of learners, higher grades can really make a difference, and they can really we saw, I myself saw some of the what your performance tasks of learners in the higher grades, that they were the one really doing it. But we have challenges, of course, in the lower grades, especially
Yeah.
kindergarten,
Mga
grade three,
kinder,
especially.
elementary. Parang
Yes,
ganun.
okay. When it comes to intermediate classes, I think that is a very
Kaya
good
nila.
opportunity. Yes, oo.
Okay, okay.
But for primary grades, we really have a very, I think,
Yes.
Challenging it.
Yeah.
challenges.
Now,
Yeah.
you mentioned, and I think many divisions in the Philippines, walang interconnectivity sila, so they rely on modules. I have asked this before sa aming mga previous guests from the Philippines regarding modular learning style. Ang tinanong ko sa kanila is, so how have you been, or what is it like? Na-assess niyo ba yung progress ng mga bata? Do you even get the chance to evaluate yung mga sinasubmit na modules ng mga bata? One answer I got was, hindi ho namin makaya. So now, what is it like in Iloilo, and how do you think will you be able to evaluate all the modules na isinabmit ng mga bata to find out if they really are getting something from what they are doing?
Tita Baset, reality check with teachers is that they saw, of course, some of the learning materials that they retrieve from parents. The penmanship are really more prominent.
I understand.
So I cannot say anything, but that's the observation of
Yes.
teachers.
Yeah.
And complete. But for those learners, whose parents belong to the lower strata in the
Yes.
society, you cannot even find a letter or a word. They just return it back without answers. So these are some of the challenges that really strike me as a principal, and how I can do something about it, and with the teachers. So as of this time, we are having our innovations on how to reach out really with our learners and also with our learning partners. Because most of the parents are telling us, when is the time for F2F, face-to-face? Because we want children to be in school. We cannot work well with all the modules because we're the one answering the modules.
Exactly.
So
that's the reality.
Yes.
That's real.
Yeah.
You
So we cannot sugarcoat things because it's the
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
reality
true.
that we need to face.
Exactly.
But of
Yeah.
course, the school
Thank
is
you for
not.
being honest.
Yes, thank you so much also, ma'am. But we cannot stop doing our thing right,
Yeah.
and
Mm-mm.
we are finding means, Tita Paset
Uh-huh.
and Ma'am Lynn, for what we can really do. As I told you, how can we give meaning and purpose also to the lives of others if we cannot do other things aside from module, despite the fact that it is the most legit and the most visible means or medium that we can offer our learners
Yeah,
at this
that's true.
time. We cannot let them stop learning. No,
Right, right.
not let them
Yeah.
stop
It's
learning.
like saying that you are in a jungle, that you are trying to just survive whatever
Yeah,
what is
exactly.
best in there, right? Yes.
Survival
Yes.
mode.
Pero Ma'am Gracia, ano ang mga as an administrator? You are the principal in pero ang
Haro.
Haro City talaga, ma'am. 'Di ba? Ang
Haro is one of the districts in the city of Iloilo. It's
oo,
within the city.
correct. So,
Yeah.
you are even you as a teacher or a principal, you are assigned in the city, you can even enumerate those kind of challenges. How much more if you are there in the bukid, in the mountainous part of Iloilo or in Negros or
That's
in
even worse.
Candetita,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's even
So,
worse. Uh-huh.
pero I want to ask you as an administrator, what are some of your challenges sa ngayon sa iyong mga teachers sa ganitong situation natin?
Learning system.
Oo. Ano ya ang mga challenges mo na nakita sa mga teachers, ang kanilang traits na sa this kind of situation that we are right now in pandemic? I know na we can enumerate some of the traits that the teachers na naglabas talaga ang kanilang kagandahan at ang kanilang
Kabutihan.
worstness. Can you
Yeah.
cite?
Okay. Yes po, ma'am. Actually, I was assigned at Haruan Elementary School just last October 1. I was assigned before at Amontes 1 Elementary School, really in the heart of the city, near the City Hall. And the first few experience that I had during the first year of the pandemic actually is that I am just so positive with the situation. I did not risk with threat, but I risk with caution. Meaning to say, I was not threatened by the pandemic. I am just being cautious of all the actions that teachers should still think and do their things despite and in spite of all these things. It might be that my training is really on this matter. So what I did during this first few months after the ECQ, because we cannot leave home, but during the MSCQ, we were allowed to report with only few personnel in school. We do wellness program.
Very good.
Physical wellness program. We have exercises. We have conversations with limitations, of course, in order still to have the normal conversation. We are social animals, so we need to converse
That's correct.
no matter what is the medium. And then aside from that, I allow teachers to cook in school to still feel that they are doing the regular
Normal
things
things.
that they are
Normal
doing,
life.
right?
Uh-huh.
Oo. That is one of the wellness program that we have. And every morning, we do exercises, different kinds of movements, and allow them to stay in their classrooms, to talk, to chat, with social distancing, and of course, using the
yeah.
gadgets, just the most important thing. And we do things, our duties and responsibilities, without hesitation, without limiting our capacity to do it. So with that, I do believe that the teachers were not really able to feel the threat, but with caution, as I've said,
Yeah.
with caution things.
Yeah.
So, and that is also what I am doing in Harawan Elementary School. We do things with caution, following the IATF and the DOH protocols to avoid contamination of the said virus.
That's
So,
very good. That's very good. You know what? It's the mental health of everybody that's suffering now, and what you do with your teachers, it's very good. It's towards maintaining good mental health. However, it's the children who are really suffering. So that
yeah.
um, in during one of our interviews, Judy, if you remember, I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the interviewee, mga 2 or 3 months ago. One of the things that his or her community does is have an in-person gathering in a community center, limited, of course, limited. And then that's when they talk to the children who go there and do some things with the children to make them feel that things will be okay, things are okay, we just do this and do that. Kasi ngayon, especially in the developed countries, there are some cases of suicide because of deteriorating mental health. And I think teachers have to really, be cautious about that. Your word, be cautious. Kasi kawawa kawawa ang mga bata. So if maybe Iloilo City, which is one of the most progressive cities in the Philippines, could do something like that every weekend or one day a week, you gather some kids and have something, yung mga physical exercise, dancing, singing, yung mga ganun ba, just so to get their minds off the threat of COVID.
Oh, pero
If you
tita,
could do
as
that.
ngayon tita, they cannot even go out. I mean, the kids are just at
Because of
home, right? So,
level 3.
I think in that place that you are saying
Yeah, we're
is
talking
they
about
are allowing, or for whatever reason that they are allowing. But the challenge in here that we have a lot of programs that we can think of. It's just
Yeah.
that we are not allowed right now to do it. So
Together, that's right.
that is the thing. I know that the regional office in there, they are very busy also thinking of what programs that they can do.
For the
And if you can
children.
tell us about some of the programs of the regional office in there that they want to implement in order to have on this matter of mental health, if you can tell us about this. And the region
6
schools, some mga
Region
schools under some region 6 can hear this, that you are having also programs like this that you are coming
yes,
up.
actually, one of the most important, and I believe has a great impact program now of the Department of Education in Region 6 is that we have this farm school, that they have this curriculum wherein teachers are not preparing, because if you have connection with nature, if you are doing things that you are still in the reality, it would be of help. And then the region has also launched last time of the Kumustahan in Region 6, knowing the different innovations of different schools all over the regions. It is to check what is now happening in the different divisions in Region 6.
Okay.
Their innovations, they have lots of innovations actually. Each division has its own innovation to keep our teachers sane, in what they are doing, and also our learners. There are those that we have this learning spaces at home. There are schools, I think, in some divisions that the parents or learning partners are providing kubo as a learning space, as if they have their own rooms, classrooms in their locality, wherein teachers were given the opportunity to visit, not in the city, city, but in some far-flung areas wherein parents and the barangay officials are helping really to make education continuous. And in the city, no, we have this now, as proposed to us. We have this Galaw Pilipinas. In this Galaw Pilipinas is a rather a physical education activity that we need to follow the galaw and the music provided by department, no, so that every day these activities will be followed by teachers to keep themselves to have mental health, rather, to keep ourselves mentally healthy. Yes, Galaw Pilipinas.
Beautiful. So you mentioned about farm class. That's what you mentioned, Doctor.
Farm school.
A farm
Yes.
school. So in that farm school, they plant greens.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Their curriculum is based on farm school. Each division actually has one farm school. Here we have the TCTAR in Haro with the principal, Mr. Michael Marquez, Dr. Michael Marquez, and he is right now having trainings in different farms, no, known farms in Iloilo province on how to go about it. And also the curriculum that they are going to implement. We are preparing for that actually right now. And I'm happy for the support of our division for that program set by the regional office in the person of our regional director, Sir
Miss De Los Reyes.
No, the regional director is Sir Ramir Oitico.
Oh, si Sir Ramir.
Yes.
Okay. Gracia, is the farm school a nationwide initiative ng Department of Education?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because Judy, one of our next interviewees in March, also has the Project Farm School in his school. So,
see. So that is the nationwide.
It's nationwide.
How about this Galaw? Mga dancing.
Exercise.
Ganon, Doctor?
Yes, I think it also comes from the central office, cascaded to the region and down to the schools.
I see.
Para lang ba yung mental health ng tao ma-preserve?
Gabi,
This is
How about ang kamustahan? Is that national?
Kamustahan, these are initiatives that each teacher and even in the division, even the region is doing in order to check what is really happening, no, in at home, no, with our learners, and now we call them learning partners. The titas, the aunties,
that's cool.
the learning partners, the parents, whoever are available at home to teach the children. We call them now learning partners.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Okay. May tanong ako sa iyo. It caught my eye yung you were awarded the region best program implementer for Cradle and Roll. Very interesting yung title nila. Could you please tell our audience, especially those not from Iloilo, about Cradle and Roll?
Cradle and Roll is actually an initiative that starts with the kindergarten learners. It is trying to assess at first, the 8 major domains that learners has to master at a very early age, because one of my advocacies is really to start things right with the children at a very early age. So what we did in that program, 3 of the teachers in the kindergarten when I was at Imontas 1 elementary school, is that to really have hands-on activities with learners. So if you can see there in my picture, that is just one of the activities. I joined them, the teachers joined them in their activities in using their fine motor skills, gross motor skills, and even learning how to plant vegetables, how to harvest vegetables, and even how to cook vegetables. So from there, from Cradle and Roll, they have proper hand washing, the pulling of weeds. No, it is valuing life and also developing skills. Yes, while mastering the basic domains in learning. No? Right. So it is an integration of all learning experiences, like the theory of Montessori,
Mhm.
That's why we are also doing it. We also take care of some animals, chickens and ducks, no,
Excellent,
in the
excellent.
kindergarten
Wow.
Yeah.
area. And with
Wow.
that, from cradle to roll, meaning to say it is a transition from home to school, ready for the basic informal education.
Yeah.
So when
Getting
we
ready.
start things right, we know
Yes.
that children has the future in
Right.
education.
So it's really, building the foundation for them
Yes.
before they go to first grade and second and all. That is really very commendable.
I
Is that
know.
is that again a nationwide initiative or just in Iloilo?
Actually, it is, by the grace of God, my initiative in school with
Wow.
the region recognized at that time
And
in
so
20 years.
so it's now practiced in the entire region 6 or
We don't have that opportunity to cascade it because after that, we have the
yeah,
pandemic.
pandemic na. Okay. So
Yes.
are you going to revive it when everything, becomes normal? I think that is a very
Yes,
good
if
project.
yeah. So Sir Ogil and Ma'am De Los Reyes are now listening, and if they're going to give me that opportunity, I
Yeah.
am willing to give selflessly the wisdom and the knowledge and the experience, no, of this cradle and roll for the future of the Ilonggos. Yes.
What
Yeah,
are
this
the
is
names again? I'm so
awesome.
sorry. I'm so sorry. They're listening right now. The names of your superintendent and assistant?
Yes, our superintendent is Ma'am Maria Luz de los Reyes, Dr. Maria
Dr.
Luz
De
de
Los
los
Reyes
Reyes. Yes,
and
ma'am. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good
morning,
morning, Ma'am
ma'am.
De Los
Dr.
Good
De
Reyes
morning,
Los
Sir
and Mr.
Reyes.
Ogil.
Ogil.
So,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay. So I
we're
would
happy to
like
interview this awesome woman. So,
I
this
would
is the
like
pride
to yeah,
of,
I would
pardon me,
like to sponsor to sponsor this project, and that
the role and ano,
Gracia Malazarte will be able to do it for the entire Region 6 and
love it. I
probably
love it.
Ah,
Love it.
to do it
Tita,
in
yes,
the entire country
Tita.
because
so
this is
much,
such
Tita
a
Paset.
very
I love it.
commendable
I
project.
Pwede bang
know.
So
umiyak?
I know.
please take note,
Take note about
Dr. De
that.
Los Reyes. Please take
Okay.
note. Thank you.
Daw nag-cry na saya.
Thank you.
Daw nag-cry na si Miss, si
This is
Inday
such a good one
Gracia.
kasi yung mga
Oo,
bata,
Inday
they need
Gracia.
to learn
This is the
early.
thing eh.
Uh-huh.
If we can remember yung message sa Bible, one of the verses in the Bible that says, we should not weary in doing what is good because in due time we will reap it if we will not give up. All the
Yes.
things that we do na can just prosper, and this
Yeah.
is for the good of the children. Kung ano dyan, we will not give up dahil makita na ng mga tao. Right now, Tita Basit is she was just reading your bio
Yes,
note,
I
and
noted it. Yeah.
there is something in there that struck her. And
Right.
now, she is very willing also to
Kapag
help on
kapag
that.
maganda yung project kasi we have to
Dahil
talk about
maganda ang
it. Yeah,
project.
di ba?
And I
Yes.
add something to it, Tita Paset
Yeah.
and Ma'am Lynn. You know what? Children learns to, at those times before the pandemic, they learns to hug, they learns to say, I love you. They learn, yeah, because it is a project that I also shared with the teachers. Learners are no longer afraid of the principal because we know many years back when you say the principal is in, everybody is
Right.
so afraid and threatened, right? But with
Exactly.
this project, the learners in kindergarten are the one coming to my office and pulling me to their classroom and
And to
telling
be
me,
Showing.
this we will read Ma'am Principal. They call me Ma'am Principal. The teacher is the one who is threatened with the presence of the principal, but not the
Not the
learners
children.
anymore.
Not the children.
Yes,
true,
and some
that's
of my
true.
schools
Wow, that's
actually,
awesome.
yes,
Very
Beautiful.
good.
Actually, Tita
yes.
Pasit is not she is not from Region 6.
No,
I am from
Wow.
Region 6.
No,
Yes.
I'm from Region 8, the Bicol
Region 8
region.
si Tita. Taga
Region 8
Bohol
or
si
3,
Tita.
I'm not
Tita, no?
sure.
Uh-uh.
I can send you a video of this, Tita Paset and Ma'am Lee,
Beautiful.
of the
Yes.
cradle and roll.
Oh,
And even my
wow.
projects
Awesome.
on
Awesome.
Gulayan
That would be
sa
nice.
paaralan.
Uh-uh.
Because
would
it
be
is really my advocacy, no? Learning to teach children of the reality of life, that they need
Right.
to have plants
Right.
and they need to plant plants in order to eat, no? That they have to appreciate the product of the earth which God has given us.
Cool.
So that's it. Yes. So
And then
They
you
are
know
very
what? Yeah, from the experiences, they can start learning how to count, to write.
yes.
Kahit na
Mm-mm.
mag-draw ng picture sila ng kamatis and then they label it
I
kamatis.
know,
Something like
yes.
that. That can tie
Ang
up
cute, ano, yes.
with the
And
Yes.
cognitive
in their
aspect of
mind.
the learning.
Yes.
That is very good kasi talagang very real ang inaaral. Hindi sa mga libro na hindi naman na nakikita, no?
Yes. Integration talaga. So I
Very
can
good.
share with you, even after this interview, I can
Sure.
share with you some of
Perfect.
our experiences, the
Excellent.
photos, and
Yes.
Excellent.
everything.
Excellent.
no?
Excellent.
Yes.
And also, just to let you know, I am very impressed when I go back to the Philippines. I see these projects of farm school
Yes.
in the our superintendent in there in Bacolod City. We are
Yes.
very good. BFF. Sabi namin BFF. Si Gladys, si Ma'am Gladys
Yes.
dyan sa Bacolod City.
Sa Bacolod
Pero ngayon sa
City.
Himamaylan na si Gladys.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I
excellent.
see the beautiful farm thing in the school of Rizal Elementary School, ETCS. Sabi ko,
Mhm.
bakit nagdami itong mga greens na ito? Na daw para tita, ako na lang ang magkuha kay
Yeah.
magawa ng uta na
You know,
sinabawan ba? Ang ganda, tita. So,
yeah, I am
I'm
very impressed
of
sa
this
mga
farm school.
ganyang
na-
projects, I'm very
Actually,
impressed.
ang region office, gina-implement talaga nila, tita. That's why, pinapaano din nila sa mga superintendent sa school.
Right.
Correct, yes.
Actually, when I was in Barrio Obrero Elementary School, we won the regional contest for Gulayan sa Paralan before
Oh,
the farm
that's
school
it.
was implemented. So we have this Gulayan sa Paralan where in all schools in the region or even in the Philippines, actually it is a central office project wherein teachers, parents, and learners are encouraged to plant vegetables and to eat vegetables.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't this good?
Yes.
Oh, yes. At saka, sa mga kadis, ang mga kadisanon, taga-kadis ng mga friends ko, ang kanilang division is beautiful also with all this green plants. So, this schools really, they are trying hard to implement the nationwide, from the CO to the RO to the division.
Schools, to the grassroots.
We're very happy, and we want also to be connected to Sir Michael Marquez.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you can introduce us to me or as both ni Tita sa kanya, we want
Sure.
also to hear from him about yung sa school farm din. Kung makabigay siya sa amin ng mga pictures, no? Who knows, yung mga listeners natin, mga partners natin dito, they are willing also to help sa mga projects like katulad kay Tita. So why not? We will try to help one another, guys. We are here to
Yes, of
inspire,
course.
especially para ito sa mga bata. And we are just instruments ng mga teachers para na ma-implement natin, ma-apply natin ang mga tinuturo natin sa mga bata para sila na naman ang mag-implement to reality.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
Ma'am Gracia, yes, Ma'am Tita,
They will be
have
the
something-
leaders in the future. So
leaders. Oh, yes,
Yes.
true,
The
true.
future.
Mga leaders sila. So, Ma'am Gracia, we're very happy that
to have you.
you graced this show, and regards sa mga RMN na staff in there, Joel,
Yes.
Franco,
Yes.
Ma'am
Franco.
De Los Reyes and Sir Ugel. And I
Yes.
even want Sir Michael Marquez. You
Yes.
are you are well mentioned in here. So baka you can also give us
Your time.
time mo
Your
sa
time.
amin. We will appreciate it. Okay. Thank you very
Yes.
much sa mga taga Region 6 na you permitted Ma'am Gracia to be with us tonight. But before we
Yeah.
will leave, we are going to have quotes natin na ma-inspire ang mga listeners
Share, right?
natin. Kung anong mga quotes naman dyan natin. Tita Pasit and then
Yes,
Ma'am
let me
Gracia,
start.
ikaw, and I
Okay.
will end.
This one is from Confucius. We know him, you know. He says, education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. And hope breeds peace. So educators, kapit lang, sige lang kayo kahit mahirap because we will
True.
go for peace in the whole world. Thank you.
Okay. Ma'am Gracia, ikaw naman. Thank you, Tita.
Yes, I have known this one quote from one of the known philosopher that says, "What you think, you become. Think positively, love positively, do things with courage, for you become what you think." So to all of you here in the Philippines, especially the Ilonggos, to all my co-teachers and my co-educators in the Department of Education, and even teachers in the US and all over the world, let's
All over
do
the
our
world.
thing with the heart and with the mind of a teacher, for everything will happen right here, right
Yeah.
now, right
That's right.
here.
Right.
True. And all the quotes that you are giving to them, they will be inspired. This is the last quote that I am going to share. It's not what happens to you that will determine how far you will go in life. It is how you handle what happens to you.
Right.
Yes, I love it.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
Exactly. And guys, we will just fight all our battles with prayer. And you can never be wrong. You will always win. Thank
Yeah,
you very
that's
much.
Thank
Ma'am
you, Gracia.
Gracia, thank you. And for everyone, to all of our partners and our listeners, parents, teachers, and students, happy Valentine's!
Happy
February 14.
Valentine's.
And to PHLB, thank you
And
so
to
much.
I will keep in touch with you,
Thank
Tita
you so
Pasel,
much.
Yes.
Ma'am
Yes.
Judilyn,
Yes.
Okay,
for
thank
our
you.
future
Thank you.
projects.
Beautiful.